The two spent 3 years together at the UKbased team before Hamilton quit to join Mercedes in 2013. The two Brits were portrayed to have a harmonious relationship, but Button says it was anything but in his new book Life to the Limit. Midway through that first season, I was ahead of Lewis in the points, Button wrote. Did he like being beaten by his teammate? Probably not, but he's a competitor and I'm sure that, like me, he relished the challenge. Personally, he was fine with me, but you could just tell he was a little bit peeved. I don't think that I was to his taste, if I'm honest, and things took a bit of a turn for the worse in Turkey 2010, when we almost had a collision that led to a minor falling out between us. On the podium there was what the media called some frosty body language and a muted celebration. In fact, he came straight out and asked me about it. Did you pass me against team orders? He was the winner. No, I told him, I did not pass you against orders. I was never told not to pass you. It was a bit weird, slightly unnecessary, and a little more proof that all was not well behind the smiles. Button, who has now retired from F1, also recalls a bizarre moment at the Belgian GP which resulted in a bitter fallout between the two. All smiles ahead of the Australian GP in 2011. AP photo. Vincent, the in-source F. Hamilton decided to tweet a picture of Button's highly secretive card that a decision that sent McLaren into turmoil. Hamilton was blasted by Button and the team, while he also accused his teammate of unfollowing him on Twitter. It was all a bit pathetic and soon backfired as Button declared that he never followed him in the first place. Certainly any displeasure he was showing was aimed at the team, not me, but I ended up being collateral damage. Button wrote, the screen grab showed the kind of things you work hard to keep hidden from your rivals. I made my feelings known about that. The official version was that I was disappointed. Had I gone with my unofficial reaction, it would have made WTF seem very tame indeed, but at the same time I knew it wasn't personal. Bit dumb maybe, but not an I hate Jenson thing so much as an I'm fed up with McLaren thing. Later in the season, it was officially announced that Lewis was leaving to partner Nico Rosberg at Mercedes. That was a shame for me. I'd enjoyed our rivalry off the track, however, he was still being a bit weird. Button interviews Hamilton at the Japanese GP earlier this month. Source AFP. Their relationship improved once Hamilton was out of McLaren, and while Button is full of praise for his countryman's achievements in F1, he says they were never friends. Lewis is a brilliant, mercurial driver. Like me, I think he probably coasted on talent at first, and, like me, it might have taken him a while to realize that he had to work on it. He wrote, as people, we had a lot in common. There was our shared karting history and the fact that his dad was a customer of my dad. Neither of us came from a wealthy background. We'd achieved what we had through a lot of grafting, so I regret that despite our similarities we were never really friends. We'd hang out a bit, but there were an awful lot of awkward and uncomfortable silences, and there were no big goodbyes between us. But I look back on Lewis as one of the best and most challenging teammates I had. This article was originally published by The Sun and reproduced with permission. The latest sports news, in your inbox daily.